Hi folks, Pete here from Ashton's Cars, and tonight I'm showing you around a 2012 BMW F10. The F10 is the 5 Series model which runs from 2010 onwards basically. This is a 520 diesel model, one of the sort of favourites in the range. It's in SC spec. It's sort of got the business edition spec with a lever. It's got the extended nav. It's one of the more popular models, but this one's the manual model, which is a little bit more unusual. A lot of 5 Series do tend to come in automatic, so this might appeal to someone who prefers to shift their own gears and also wants to benefit from a little better economy, because the manual 5 Series, I've actually had one of these as my own daily driver, and I was getting around about 55 miles per gallon out of it, which is astounding because it's a big car. A very big and comfortable car as well, and I'll show you, a little bit more about the creature comforts that you've got in this model in just a moment. Main thing is, it's a 5 Series. They're class leading, always the one to be beaten in this sort of sector. And the F10, when it came out, was a sort of upgrade again over the previous generation. It is the sort of, in my opinion, the most well-rounded, large sort of executive saloon out there. It's almost the size of an old 7 Series. These are. They're really big cars, really long. It's almost 5 meters long, and it's got real sort of presence about it, especially this one, because I think the metallic blue really does suit the car very well. It's got a nice contrasting interior as well. It's sort of a light beige interior on it, which looks good. It does have a nice sort of contrast to the dark blue exterior, and you've got the chrome trim around the sort of indicators there and around the windows, which looks distinctive, I think, on the darker colours like this. I think it really does sort of give it a classy look. Doesn't really, on a silver one, you just don't get the effect of that. So this one's done just over 100,000 miles. A couple of very small minor imperfections. There's a couple of stone chips by here, look, which we'll obviously get done on the car before it goes anywhere, but overall it's a very, very clean car. It looks the part. I think the colour really suits it. And I've driven the car around myself the last couple of days, and I've been very, very impressed with it. As I say, I did have an almost identical one to this. I had the manual as well with the 520 diesel engine, and I thoroughly enjoyed owning that car. Comfort-wise, they're unbeatable. The seats in these are brilliant. All the equipment that you've got in this car include things like, the extended navigation. You've got Bluetooth audio streaming, DAB stereo. The list goes on. I mean, I could bore you to tears telling you every single thing this car's got on it, but really what I want to do is just show you why I think the 5 Series is the best in its class, and also why would you want to buy this particular 2012 model off me. So let's have a quick look at it. Let's get in behind the wheel. First of all, look at that interior. Plenty of really nice high gloss black and plenty of aluminium accent trim in there. The interior and exterior combination, I think, work really well on this car. It's a nice to have that little bit of contrast on it, and it's certainly nice not to have the plain black interior, which I think just looks bloody dreary on these type of cars. So I'm going to jump in behind the wheel and close the door there. So I've got a key fob with me. Essentially, let's just zoom out a second. This key fob is just can be placed in the sort of cup holder there or anywhere else. It's a transponder key. As long as it's inside the parameter of this car, I can dip my clutch, press the start button there, and fire her up. And I'm greeted by this amazing navigation system. I'll just turn the radio one down a little bit. So, as you can see, fantastic widescreen nav there. It really doesn't do justice the video of how good quality it is and the size of it. It's a huge display. I can zoom in and out using my iDrive here, and this is the new improved iDrive on this particular model. The F10s have got a much better iDrive than previous generations of BMW. I can zoom out as far as that. I can zoom in so as it will literally show you the junction that I'm in. It's a very impressive display. If it looks a bit flickery on your screen, it's just because of the recording equipment. It's not actually that flickery in real life. Other things that you get, well, in an F10 you have got adjustable damping, so I've got different modes. I can put the car into sport mode, and as you can see, I've got the comfort selected now. If I press it up one more time, there we are, dynamic driving, sport mode selected. It doesn't just change the way that the car drives, it actually changes the throttle response of it, the comfort level, the way my steering handles. I've also got that Eco Pro mode, which is, I think, the default setting on this car, and that gives the car a bit more economy. So, you know, if you're going to just drive it normally, select Eco Pro. If you want to really hammer the car, you've got the dynamic sport mode. Comfort, I find, is just a nice middle ground between the two, and I must be honest, I think when I had my car, I tended to keep it in comfort mode for 90% of the time. So the seats in here are sort of semi-electric. They've got this manual fore and back, but you have got electric base and back on them. Instrument display, which will be instantly familiar to you if you've ever driven a BMW, and a mileage indicated of 115,900 miles, so coming up to 116,000 miles. The car has got service history though, and it's been very well looked after. There's no real adverse wear in here at all. Even the leather on my driver's seat is in very, very good condition. The plastics and the sort of high gloss effect trim in this car are very, very good quality, and you know, as you'd expect from a automaker like BMW, they've done a really good job of just making it all look very, very nice. Of course, it's a manual, it's a 6-speed, it's got a reassuringly short, sporty throw, as you would expect on a BMW. Looks the part, feels the part to drive. It's a nice, even though it's a big car, it's a nice car to pilot down a sort of windy road. It's a car that you can have a bit of fun in. And yeah, okay, it's the 2-litre diesel, but I think it's about 190 horsepower, this car. It's packing a lot of punch. You know, it's packing serious punch. And performance-wise, 0 to 60 comes up in about 8 seconds, and these will do well over 140 miles an hour. So for day-to-day driving, you don't need anything more than a 520D. They're fantastic car to drive. So there's acres of room in here. It's huge. It's comfortable. The seats are really well proportioned because they haven't got massively deep bolsters. They're comfortable for you no matter what size you are. You will feel comfortable in this car, that's for sure. Let's have a quick look into the rear of the car now. Let's show you the rear compartment. A lot of people are going to be buying these cars who've got families, and well, the kids are not going to be disappointed in there. It's massive, it's wide, it's got rear heating vents coming through so they can have hot and cold air. It's got the middle armrest that can come down. It's got cup holders in it, all sorts of things and storage areas. It's a nice place to be in the back of here. This particular car's got quite a heavy tint to the back as well. That was done at factory, and again, it just makes it a little bit cooler inside, and ideal for keeping your kids cool and happy on a long journey. So this car is on Bridgestone rubber, and it's got pretty tidy 5-spoke wheels. They're the original ones. A couple of very small chips in them, where you know the previous owners obviously caught a little curb by there, but you know, for a car that's done 115,000 miles, it's in good, very, very good condition. You know, I wouldn't hesitate to say anything but that about this one. Into the boot, it's again colossal, and it sounds like I'm repeating myself constantly, but look, it's huge. It just keeps going and going and going. It's a massive boot. It's all the car you will ever need a BMW 5 Series. So much bigger than a 3 Series. It's unbelievable, in fact. Apologies that it's not been fully valeted. Just showing you that actually the battery is in the back there. These do not have a spare wheel. They come as standard on run flats, and they've got a run flat system on the car as well to warn you if a tyre's punctured. So they don't actually have a spare wheel. You've got the twin chrome tailpipes there over to the left. You've got front and rear parking sensors on the car. It's got the sort of Park Assist Plus, I think they call it, or something on BMW these days. It's got everything that you could ever possibly want in a 4-door saloon car. It's all the car, as I say, that you could ever possibly need and more. It's fast, it's comfortable, to my mind, it's an absolute class leader still. They've always been the car to beat. And to my mind, a 5 Series is just so much more car than a 3 Series. If you find a 3 Series a little bit too cramped in the back, a little bit too small in the boot, just buy a 5 Series. It won't cost a lot more to run, barely anything. Same engine anyway. And you've just got all this extra motor. And they're no more expensive to buy now on the used market than the equivalent 3 Series. So, hopefully this is a car that's of interest to you. If it is, please get in touch with me. My number's 07932 873 646. This BMW 5 Series is being offered with nationwide delivery, and we will happily take your old car in part exchange anywhere in the UK. Just feel free to give me a call, 07932 873 646. And please give us a like, share, subscribe to our channel, and keep in touch for more good features like this, and hopefully we will see you very soon. Thanks for